Hello and welcome. So, just trying out a new little product here today, which is, as many of you who have followed the channel will know, most of my metal engraving is done with galvo lasers, fibre galvo lasers, but sometimes when you want to do a big sheet of stainless, etc., it's I've got three lenses for my main galvo, which is 100 by 100, 200 by 200 and 300 by 300. But the further away you take the lens, the less power it has. So bigger items is hard to fit in the focal range, is hard to fit in the workspace. So I wanted to give this stuff a try. It's basically like, I don't know if you may have seen Ceramark. So this is from OMTech. Obviously quite big in the laser market at the minute. This is black laser marking powder. So it comes in a bottle, this bottle, and it's just has powder, the powder mix in it, and then you have to add the 99%. It asks for absolute ethanol to fill it up. It tells you where to fill it up on the side. So somewhere there, it will say maximum, if it gets in focus, maximum, minimum. So you can see there I am, just below the maximum. It comes with a couple of these little wipe-on swabs. So you just dip that in. Once you've really mixed it up, shaking it up loads, got it all nicely mixed together, you get two of these swabs that you can just dip into the bottle and wipe it on. So you just wipe that onto the metal, and then because it's like 99% pure alcohol, the alcohol will evaporate and it'll just leave the powder on the sheet. Now what I've done here is, this is a piece of stainless steel, and as you can see, so different areas I've put different amounts on. So once it's dry, you can't go back over it. You can't put another coat on it once it's fully dry, because if you go over that now, I'll show you. If you go over any area now, once it's dry, you just take it straight back off. So you'll just remove it. So if you want to sort of try and thicken it up, as you can see here, this has got a thicker coat on it. You need to put it on, wait till it's sort of half dry, so let's just leave it a little tiny bit, and then you can go try and add a bit more on it to get it thicker on there. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to use, this is just a scrap one, so I'm just going to use this. So we've got two coats there, three coats there. This was just to use up what was on the swab, so this is a very thin coat. I'm just going to do some test squares and stuff on it, just to see, once you've lasered it, so this allows you to laser it with a CO2 laser. So you're going to laser this with the CO2 laser, then you wash it off with water, and you should be left with a black engraving. It's just another option. There is Ceramark spray, but Ceramark spray is really expensive. It's about £90 a tin. I bought this, I believe this was £18. It should go quite a long way. So that was £18. You do need to counter in the fact that you need to add the alcohol in there, but generally speaking, that's a more cost-effective method. So we're going to try this, see what sort of results we get, and I will show you. So as I say, flip it over, give the bottle a nice shake, make sure it's all mixed up, like so. And all you literally do is you take your swab, you dip it in your bottle, get some on the end of the spongy bit there, and you literally just come in. And it's also about how much pressure you add. Just the harder you push, the thinner it's going to get. You can sort of come back over. You want to be trying to aim, by the looks of it, for the sort of thicker. I think application is going to be the key. So we'll give that 20 seconds or so to the alcohol just start to evaporate, and then before it's fully dried, I'm just going to go back over that again with one more coating, and that should give us a similar result to what we had in the top right corner, and we can put something on here and see what it comes out like. But so far, that is looking good. But this application process at the start is going to be the crucial key to what sort of result you get. This is the first time I've used it, so I'm no expert. Once you get down to this sort of, see, there's still some on the swab. You'll see it. It'll get like darker white as the alcohol evaporates. It'll start to whiten up, and when it's fully dried, it's much whiter. So this was just sort of how I did it. You have to be careful not to wipe back off your first layer, your first amount that you put on. But if you let that fully dry and then go over it, it will just wipe it. You'll just take it straight off. Once it's dried, it has its powder form on the top. It will just come straight back off. So it recommends with this chemical you need a minimum of a 25 watt laser. So this is only just over the minimum limit. You want a minimum of a 25 watt laser, and once you've applied this, you need to leave it 3 to 5 minutes for it to dry before you engrave it. I applied that yesterday, those ones I just engraved, and you see it's getting darker white here. Probably just want to try and get a really nice thick coat on your first attempt. You don't want to be coming back over it like I am. That's not a bad coat there, so we're going to go with that. Still quite a lot in the sponge, but if you thin it out too much, you need that chemical on the top to react with the laser beam to get you a good result. That's the difference with the Ceramark spray. The spray is probably easier to get a nice consistent coating on it. So we're going to leave that to dry. I'm just going to set up something quick to engrave on there, maybe just my logo, and we'll once that's dry, we'll just test out on the back there with the 25% speed. So we've given that time to cure now, and we're going to run a test on here, and let's just see what it comes out like on the back. There we go. So that is engraved. I'm now going to wash that back off, see what it looks like. Right, let's wash this off. Looking nice. So this is just 2mm stainless steel. And I think you'd have to agree, if you can see it, that has come out lovely. Lovely. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. I feel it on the surface. It's come out nice. I think if I've got to do another large plaque, piece of stainless, anything like that, I'll definitely be giving this a try in the CO2 laser. So the two key factors I can see here are how well you apply it, how thick of a coat you get on. You want a nice thick consistent coat, and then the speed, depending on the power of your laser. But because this one's only just on the limit, you're going to want to go full power and quite slow. If you've got sort of 100 watt, you could be going a lot faster because you're going to put the power into the material a lot quicker. But that's turned out well, happy with that. And yeah, I'll leave a link if you want to check this stuff out. First time trying it, very happy with it. There's quite a lot in there, so should do quite a few jobs before you have to get any more of it. But happy times. Yeah, so thanks for watching. There's my results. Hope you like it, and give it a try yourselves if you need to engrave some metal, because you could use this on many projects. All kinds of items you could engrave with that. And lots of people have got CO2 lasers, so stick that on there. Off you go. Please like, share and subscribe, as it says here, and I will see you all in another video soon. Catch you later.